Let's discuss this decoupling between Bitcoin and tech equities. Bloomberg crypto team leader Michael Regan joins us here on set. It's the moment that everybody's kind of been waiting for. For so long, this has moved in tandem with risk assets. Why the divergence now?
Yeah, it's interesting, Tim. I mean, I think throughout Bitcoin's creation, since its creation, I think people have really tried to pigeonhole it into an analogous traditional asset. Is it gold? Is it tech stocks?
Yeah.
I think ultimately it's an unsatisfying exercise.
Is it just Bitcoin?
I think it's just Bitcoin, and I think these correlations come and they go, and they're unreliable. You're right. For a long time, it was very correlated to the Nasdaq 100 and the Mag 7 tech stocks. I think it's a very specific set of circumstances that have it now being viewed as sort of a haven asset. Specifically, that limited supply of Bitcoin. There will only ever be 21 million Bitcoin. There's already about 20 million in circulation, and you can contrast that to sort of the unpredictable monetary policy that we're faced with now, with President Trump, basically demanding that the Fed chair be replaced or resign, trying to pressure for lower rates. So that sets up a very specific moment now. The dollar weakness, and a lot of professional traders and investors are saying now it's really fulfilling sort of that destiny of being, limited supply, finite supply,
right,
predictable supply, versus a very unpredictable future for U.S. monetary policy.
Well, it's interesting. It feels like it goes along with the sell America trade. Basically, you have people selling dollars. They're reaching for gold. They're reaching for Bitcoin. It all kind of ties together. But I'm curious about how the regulatory piece wraps in, because as we mentioned, now you have Paul Atkins finally getting set up, finally getting his desk over at the SEC. And there's a lot of optimism for what that might unleash when it comes to the product set.
Yeah, and certainly, and that was a big part of the rally we saw after the election up through Inauguration Day. I would say maybe not so much regulation right now. We kind of know where that's all going, but policy from the White House is very important. Remember, President Trump issued an executive order to create a strategic Bitcoin reserve. Right now, his crypto team, is studying how to accomplish that and how to possibly buy more Bitcoin to add to that. They don't want it to be taxpayer money used to fund that. But there are other assets. There's talk about monetizing some of the Fed's gold and using it to buy Bitcoin. There's other notions being thrown around about how they can do it a budget neutral way to buy Bitcoin. So I think that is sort of the unsung, I think, catalyst that's also part of this huge rally right now, in addition to sort of that macro element of limited supply and dollar weakness, sort of rekindling that original notion of Bitcoin as a hedge against uncertain monetary policy.